Creative Brain Candy, by creators for creators.
I've been sitting by Bonso's bed, waiting for him to wake up. But he may never wake up.
Ender, he attacked first.
And I fought back, just like Peter taught me. I've had a lot of fights, Val. I've won because I've always understood the way my enemy thinks. And when I truly understand them,
You also love them.
I think it's impossible to truly understand someone and not love them the way they love themselves. But in that moment,
You beat them.
I destroy them. I make it impossible for them to ever hurt me again.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi. And this week, we review another fan-submitted film where a bunch of kids play online video games starring Harrison Ford, Asa Butterfield, and Haley Steinfeld. It's 2013's Ender's Game. But first, he's the crotchety old archaeologist, CIA agent, scoundrel turned colonel babysitter to my angsty video gaming teenager. It's James. How are you doing, James?
Never tell me the odds. Are we done with this? Are we done with the fan submitted bullshit yet?
For now.
I don't want to shit on this movie yet, but I'm going to shit on this movie.
And he's the mother figure that tries to keep all the kids sane while training them to be genocidal maniacs. It's Rob. How are you doing, Rob?
Young Enderwiggin, young Enderwiggin, young Enderwiggin.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my God.
I
still do
you.
it.
I fucking hate you.
You know what they call that in the biz, Rob?
A callback.
Yeah, if it was on the same show, since it's a different show, it's just fucking stupid is what they call it.
Oh, okay. You're just jealous you didn't think of it first.
I don't care. Like, you're the one making, I don't get, you know what, let's just move on.
All right, let's see what's happening around CBC. On BGA, they're going to discuss Final Fantasy VII Remake this week, and yours truly is going to be on that show. Hey, James, you want to join me on that show?
No, I don't, but Crowley will be there, and he's just going to have to try to not swear.
Okay, well, that's good.
Otherwise, our editor, which isn't either one of us, he'll have a lot of work, which is whatever.
He's probably going to have a lot of work anyway, but...
I think he does every time they record.
Especially when certain people don't record on the correct microphone.
Oh
my God.
Cat. Excuse me.
I love new podcasters. They're so much fun.
Over on Drunkonomics last week, they were talking about the oil price crash. So if you want to get some more insight over on, possibly why the oil prices crashed through the floor, they were negative for a little while. Check that out, and their drunken slurrings. See, I'm pretty lit myself.
Anyways. I was going to say, are you drunk?
Apparently so.
Working on it.
Yeah, I went and filled up my car, and they gave me $3.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I guess that's the way it worked. I don't know.
I think they just pay you to cart it off now.
Yeah.
So go check out Drunkonomics. Our new show, spoiler, they die, is discussing part 2 of their Robert Pickton series. So check that out. That's going to release Thursday. What's happening over on Simply Stogies, James?
I don't know. What day is it today? I don't know. Day whatever, a quarantine. I don't have to know what day it is anymore. I just have to know when I record shit. On the 1st, which is, I don't know, a few days from now, I'll be reviewing the Castagli Daughter of the Wind Cremello, which one of my fellow bloggers infamously gave it a 73. And yes, he is a fellow blogger, and he can eat my ass. I'll give him a spoon, just so it's easier for him.
Oh.
And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Plus, I don't know, we're going to record another Patreon only episode coming up. So if you give me money, thanks. And we'll get another episode out to you here pretty shortly.
Very cool. And as always, up on smokinganddrinkinginspace.com is our Keanu Reeves Day petition. So up in the upper right-hand corner, click that link that says sign the Keanu Reeves Day petition Give that a sign, and we'll see if we can make Keanu Reeves Day a thing. That's May 21st, 2021, where The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 are releasing, not Bill and Ted.
But it
Rob.
should. But it should.
No, Bill and Ted was supposed to release this year. Now, they may postpone it, but...
Yeah, to put it on Keanu Reeves Day.
That would be awesome if all three of them released on Keanu Reeves Day.
All right, look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but when you think about Keanu Reeves Day logically, you just think it through to its logical conclusion. If there is indeed a thing such as a Keanu Reeves Day, and then each studio wants to capitalize on Keanu Reeves Day by releasing all of the movies that Keanu Reeves has made on said day, I mean, some of Keanu Reeves' movies will probably be a flop.
No, I think there's enough love to go around for all of Keanu Reeves' movies.
I mean, I'd watch all three movies in one day. It's fine.
Yeah, in one weekend, yeah, I would definitely take all of those in.
What are you talking about one weekend? I just do it all on Saturday.
Well, that's, a good probably 9-hour chunk of your Saturday.
Well, yeah, let's just pretend each movie's 2 hours. I mean, that's at
what
least
else?
6.
What else am I going to do?
20-minute pee break in the middle so you can go get popcorn, take a piss? Like, I don't...
Yeah, but what else am I going to do? Sit here and, get ready for a podcast?
Yeah, something
Spend
like that.
time with your family?
Dude, I have put in enough time with my family lately. We are done.
I don't even know if there's going to be movie theaters next year at this rate. Maybe everybody gets their own booth, and then it's just disinfected immediately after you leave.
I think there'll be movie theaters. I think that's where a lot of people will hole up during the zombie apocalypse.
Maybe. But I think there's also other movie theaters that already have booths and get disinfected when you leave.
Yeah, they're not the kinds that we go to, though.
No.
Well, that we talk about.
Oh, moving on. Rob, you got any news for us?
I do. Let's start with LeVar Burton.
Woohoo! Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Apparently, he is in talks to return in Picard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of conspicuously absent this first season.
He was. Especially considering they mentioned that he was helping with the Mars stuff. So you would have thought we would have at least seen them talking with each other, at some point. Or, reporting in.
He was head of the Mars station during the shipbuilding phase.
Utopia Planitia is the name of it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's Mars Station.
It's Utopia Planitia.
It was a station on Mars. I was correct.
Mars
Called
Station.
Utopia Planitia.
Okay, well, I prefer my term, so fuck off. But yes,
it's a Trek term. You fucking non-Trekkers. You guys just kind of fucking go in and out of whatever fucking fandom you want. God damn it.
So?
That's right.
Well, that's not how it works. And
that's exactly how it works.
Are you a bandwagon jumper when it comes to sports?
You're not the boss of me.
I am your supervisor.
I thought I was HR.
Puffin
Lordy help us. Mm-hmm. No, he was the director of Planitia Utopia. Utopia Planitia. I keep fucking that up.
You had it right.
That's why I say
Planitia,
Mars Station.
Utopia.
Fuck off. I never can't get those two fucking words in the right order. He was the director during the shipbuilding phase for the Romulan evacuation.
Is he going to bitch the whole time about not having a woman again? Because that's pretty much all he did on TNG. So I'm just wondering if that's what he's going to do here.
He had women. They were just all virtual.
That's weird. I mean, I know Riker had one at season 1 or 2, but that was...
the lounge lizard.
Minuet.
Yeah.
Was her name. Yes. She wasn't a lounge lizard. That's Rob.
No, sorry. What else you got for us, Rob?
So we've got a few delays in some movies, unfortunately.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's the animated show that they did. The sequel and also the third installment of the Homecoming trilogy have been pushed back. Looks like October 7th, 2022 instead of April for the Spider-Verse. And then the Homecoming trilogy, it's going to be November 2021 instead of July 2021, which, because of that, made some of the other Marvel movies move around. So you got the Doctor Strange and the Thor Love and Thunder movies that were supposed to be in, well, the Thor Love and Thunder is going to be moved up a week. So that was kind of weird. So February 11th, 2022. The Doctor Strange one was supposed to be, November 2021. It's now March 2022. So they've moved some shit around, unfortunately.
Do we think those dates are a little optimistic, or am I just a pessimist? I feel like these guys, these rich actors, right? They live in their ivory towers. They can stay at home all day in their mansions, and they're fine. They have endless amounts of money. They have people that shop for them. They don't have to go out and about. They can stay away from the corona media, like pretty easily, right? So if everybody wants to start getting back to work and studios want to start making money and regular Joes, who start hurting for money because the government just can't give you $2,000 a month. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. What happens when the studio says we need to start putting movies out, and these movies are going to have a shit ton of extras who don't live in ivory towers, who are around people all the time. They can't test all of them. What are they going to do? Are these actors going to be like, oh yeah, sure. Let me get in this giant crowd of people.
CGI actors.
Yeah, it's all going to go CGI now.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, is that a thing?
We're pretty soon we're going to have our first Zoom meeting or movie.
A Zoom movie? Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I don't know. The good news though is that the live action Uncharted movie is still happening.
With
Tom Holland.
Nathan Fillion?
No, unfortunately, it's Tom Holland.
Really? Tom Holland? Tom Holland doesn't look anything like Nathan Drake.
No.
I don't know. I don't know how.
I mean, Nathan Drake is this big square-jawed archaeologist type dude.
Smartass.
Right.
When I think of smartass, I don't think Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland seems like really innocent and naive and not very Nathan Drake-like.
Correct.
Well, oh well.
The only problem with Nathan Fillion is he's a little too old to play the character now, but
yeah,
I guess, but I think he'd still do a good job of it. You can make a story where, I mean, everyone knows who Nathan Drake is.
Well, not everyone.
You can make a story. Well, the majority. Like the people who would see this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they would go and see it. And they'd be like, Nathan Fillion is who I want to see in that role, not Tom Holland. Like, I won't go see it now. I'll wait for it to come out on DVD in 2025. And I will watch it and I will bitch about it in 2025 that Tom Holland makes a terrible Nathan Drake.
You think Tom Holland is getting a lot of work that he really doesn't deserve because of his portrayal of Spider-Man?
I think he does a great job with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm shitting on Tom Holland just to shit on him. I think he plays Peter Parker very well. He plays Spider-Man very well. He's wisecracking, quick-witted.
He was good in Onward.
Yeah. I just don't think that he's Nathan fucking Drake.
I'll give the guy a chance. Maybe he can pull it off. Maybe he's got a wider range of acting ability than what I give him credit for. But
I saw him lip sync and drag on a show.
Oh, lip sync battle.
I do that every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
That's
his Saturday
life.
night. That's his Saturday night.
Weird life, Jason.
Yeah.
What else you got, Rob?
All right, last thing. Who here is having withdrawals of The Mandalorian?
Not me.
I hate you.
Oh, you were waiting for me to say not me? I just didn't answer.
Okay, well, fine. Whatever. Moving on. There is a behind-the-scenes thing that they are doing for season 1 of The Mandalorian that is coming out on Disney Plus 1 week from tomorrow. So that would be May 4th.
No, thanks.
Like May the 4th.
Yeah,
be with
it's
you.
coming out on
Star Wars Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
On Star Wars Day.
We have a Star Wars Day, but we can't get a fucking Keanu Reeves Day.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of travesty is that?
terrible one.
Bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. So it's just a behind the scenes. They're going to talk with some of the actors. They're going to show apparently they're going to show how they did some of the stuff. And, it's a short little mini series.
There's no way I could care any less about this than I do right now. None. I will never care less about this than right now.
They're going to show Baby Yoda. So James will be watching it with his daughter.
I could not care less at all about this. I am they're
Dave,
scraping the bottom of the barrel to try to keep the heat on the Mandalorian, and I don't care.
But your favorite person, Dave Cowboy Hat Filoni, will be on there.
That motherfucker can. You know what? He and whoever else I said. My fellow blogger. They can. I'll give him a spoon too, and they can both eat my ass at the same time.
You're so fucking gross.
They can call the video.
The visual that I keep getting for that. No, just stop. Just stop.
Why two spoons? Why not just two guys, one spoon?
Oh, fuck you both.
They can share the spoon.
Oh, who's ready for a pod crawl?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
Young Ender Wiggin is a cadet in the Terminex Academy of Bug Eradication Arts. He's been selected as the last best hope against extinction from a swarm of extraterrestrial ants by Dr. Indiana Solo Ryan. Though Ender is a brilliant tactician and strategist, he manages to wash out of training twice in his career. But because he is the chosen one, the Goldilocks between his too empathetic sister and his too sociopathic brother, the rules are bent to the breaking point to let him back in. After kicking the shit out of another young cadet who was more brawn than brains, he's promoted to battle school where he's part of a squad who competes in a zero-G style of laser tag against other squads. Ender starts on the yellow team, a team so insignificant it doesn't have a mascot. But he quickly shows his worth after questioning authority enough that he earns the respect of his squad and becomes the de facto leader. He's moved over to the green squad called the Salamanders because nothing strikes more fear into the hearts of men than a salamander. The leader of the Salamanders is Bonzo, a guy who has a serious case of short man's disease, and gives Ender an endless amount of grief from the start. Ender ignores the orders of his commander and is promoted to leading his own squad that was decommissioned and brought back because the school is too cheap to buy new uniforms. This squad is made up of misfits, because reasons, and it's Ender's job to whip them into a lean, mean fighting machine. The dragons rise through the laser tag ranks until they are thrown a curveball and have to fight two armies against overwhelming odds. Ender forms his team into a modified wedge formation because he watches too many NFL reruns, and they coast to victory. After being shown up by Ender several times and revealing what kind of huge douche he really is, Bonzo confronts Ender in the showers, which is really creepy. Ender greases himself up and literally beats Bonzo's brains in, which earns him another promotion, this time to command school. There he meets his hero, Mesa Rackham, who everyone thinks is dead. Rackham is training Ender in battle techniques with a photorealistic simulator against the simulated enemy species. Ender is the battle commander and his dragon squad are moving the pieces around the board. This is where the story loses realism, as none of the children hurl any racial or homophobic slurs at their online opponents or tell their mom to fuck off in the background. After several weeks of simulated battles, mostly victories but with a few crushing defeats thrown in for flavor, they come to the final battle simulation and graduation day. After a bold opening, the enemy rallies with overwhelming numbers, and Ender says fuck it, and sacrifices his entire fleet for one big scorched earth blow. The gambit works and Ender has annihilated the simulated species' home world, earning him the ultra-rare genocidal maniac trophy. But Colonel Dr. Ryan Jones Decker lets Ender in on a secret: he was leading actual battles. They weren't simulations at all, he was fighting with the actual Earth fleet and just wiped out an entire species for real. Ender isn't pleased and is told he has to go take a nap to calm down. Waking up, he runs out to some ruins on the forward planet base that apparently no one has explored yet and comes across a dying queen, the last of her kind, and her egg with a new queen capable of repopulating their species. With redemption possible, Ender gets promoted, again, and roll Ender taking the egg and exploring the universe for a planet to drop it off at credits.
Well done. Can I ask a question before we get into this? What was the dude's name? Mesa Rackham? Mm-hmm. That is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Did anybody else get any Independence Day vibes from that dude?
Oh, I got Independence Day vibes from this movie a lot. I mean, just the fight scenes from when he was flying into the mothership.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He was
like
yelling.
Independence
He
Day.
was yelling. Remember me? Do you remember me? Or hello?
He went full Cousin Eddie on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Only Cousin Eddie didn't eject. He took it like a man.
Yeah, he did. He took his death like a fucking man. Way to go, Cousin Eddie.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Can't wait till we review that film.
Oh, I can't wait either. Such a good movie. As opposed to Ender's Lame, which is not, I don't hate this movie, but goddamn, it's not good.
It's okay. I mean, it's got problems, but I mean, the book had problems too. The book was just okay. It's been a long time since I've read the book, and trying to remember, I mean, I was probably 13 or 14 whenever I read the book.
God, you're old.
Fuck off.
Look, I liked the first part of this movie. I really, really liked it. I did. I was engrossed in it. And I think I even said in our little super secret Discord chat, I was like, hey, I don't hate this movie. Like, this movie's not bad. Like, I was enjoying it. But by the end, there's so many pacing issues and there's so many like lost time issues that I was just like, fuck. What the fuck is this? It asks great questions about war. It asks great questions about society during wartime.
Yeah.
It does. But by the end of the movie, you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, the ending was really compressed. So they didn't explain a lot of that. It's like they had 3/4 of a movie and then realized that they were running out of budget.
Exactly.
And decided, we need to wrap this up really quick. Let's throw a castle in there that he has to explore, finds the queen, and then takes the egg to go find another colony.
Which begs the question that I want to ask each of you is, would you take the fucking egg?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if I was, first off, I kind of find it hard
he was gaslighted into thinking he was on. He had no idea all those simulations were real.
But I find it hard to believe that he couldn't figure out that those were not simulations. He's supposed to be a strategic and tactical genius, but he didn't realize that one dude. So he was supposed to be fighting against Rackham, right? Rackham was supposed to be the other side of the simulation. And yet he couldn't figure out that maybe Rackham wasn't the other side of the simulation. I mean, if he's a tactical and strategic genius, he's going to look for patterns, which, he did.
Right.
And seeing that, different battles may unfold in different ways with different patterns because they're led by different people instead of the same person, probably should have tipped him off.
Well,
because one person typically, especially Rackham, I mean, why wasn't Rackham leading the fleet if he was the strategic genius that was able to beat Ender? I still find it hard to believe that Ender wasn't able to figure that out. Somebody like Rackham is going to have a pattern, an attack pattern, a defense pattern. He's probably going to have variations of that, but it's going to be the general overall pattern. Ender should have been able to recognize that there wasn't a consistent pattern across these battles and start gleaning some kind of idea that, maybe this isn't exactly what it appears to be.
Well, in the books, all he said is, "I'm your instructor. I'm here to help you," type of deal. And I think it made more sense in the books because it's like, hey, we're going to do computer simulations based off of things, and then the movie said, okay, let's do that, but let's throw a twist and say you're going against me. And that's where it lost me.
Yeah.
Well, I think what they did was they set it up where he has problems with authority figures specifically. He doesn't,
right.
He doesn't typically like them. And so they immediately put him at odds with this guy who's obviously, it's all a setup. And so that's not where I lose believability in it. Like, I find he's so engrossed in trying to outsmart like who he believes is this great tactical genius.
It's his hero.
Right. So
well, it's everybody's hero.
So he's so engrossed in that he's just like, he doesn't see those patterns. He's zeroed in on beating the simulations.
Okay. I can buy the tunnel vision argument.
Where it lost me, and Rob, would you kill the egg? Or would I
kill the egg or would I keep it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would take it and then kill it.
Yeah. So
I don't think I would kill it right there because you'd just be fucked.
Well, yeah, like it's the queen was going to kill him, right? Like,
yeah,
right. Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, nah, it's fine. It's cool.
But,
just take my you killed our species. Take my baby."
Right. Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Number one, that's just stupid. Number two, I would kill the egg. I would not look. It doesn't matter what Ender, like everything that Ender asks at the end of the movie when he finds out it's not a simulation and he's having this panic attack. And I honestly thought he was just going to vomit over the side of the rail.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought to myself, okay, well, that's a normal reaction. Like, I think anybody who thought they were in a simulation and then is just told, hey, you just wiped out an entire species,
you just
would probably have
genocide.
that same reaction. Yeah. But the flip side to that coin is everything that Han Solo was telling him, which was, hey, man, they came after us first. We're finishing the fight. We're making sure that they can't get back up again and do what they did to us before, where tens of millions of people lost their lives. And he's not wrong. And he's not wrong. In fact, that's beaten into this kid the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Well, and other kids, it gets beaten into other kids.
Yeah, you make sure that they can't get back up to fight, right? Like, that's the whole theme. And then when he does it, yeah, sure, you have that moment of, holy shit, I just committed genocide.
I think part of that is he was betrayed. He was lied to, right? And so I think he would have been okay with the idea if he knew up front.
No.
But then again, he wouldn't be
that he wouldn't be.
He wouldn't have been. He would have tried to do something different,
right?
Because I don't think it's. But see, I don't think it's the bugs that he has a problem with. I think it's all the other people that he just killed.
I guess.
I think they were cannon fodder.
I think it's absolutely the species.
Because he was saying, I mean, he's.
Yeah, no, you're right. He was, but I don't. It was the species that he wiped out.
I think it was absolutely the species that he eradicated because he said, I just committed genocide. And for what reason? Because in the 50 years that they attacked us initially, they haven't invaded us again. And the whole reason that they probably built up their military was defense because they saw that Earth was coming to attack them.
Right.
But that's not 100% clear.
No, it's not in the movie.
No.
It's not 100% clear. You're right. And this is where the book actually fleshes this out.
Yeah. So in the book, there is no game. There's no game simulation. The Queen talks to him directly. And he, at the end, and he finds out that the bugs thought that they thought the humans had no brain.
No sentience.
No sentience. They thought they were just ants to us, right?
Yeah, because they didn't have a hive mind. They didn't understand the concept of individuality.
Right. And so when they figured that out, that's when they like, oh, okay, and they backed off. But we went after them.
Right. Okay. So I want to make this clear.
Poor storytelling poor storytelling for the movie, I think.
So if I'm going just off the movie and I'm given the same information that Ender's been given, and I play the same stupid game, and I find out that they're sentient, and I find out that they're telepathic, and I find out all this bullshit, it doesn't matter. They killed tens of millions of humans. They've built an army. I see their army. I must destroy the army. The easiest way to do that in a simulation is you just wipe out the planet. Ender wipes out the planet. Game over. He won. In fact, that's what he says. Game over, right?
Okay.
Once you find out that it's all real like you have to you compartmentalize that, and you think about it logically. I wouldn't go running off into a fucking cave on an ancient planet to find a fucking egg. And if I did do that, I would take the egg, say thank you, bid the queen adieu as she dies, and then step on the egg.
Okay, well let's flip the coin here. Let's put up a scenario where
instead.
Yeah. Let's put up a scenario where you find a mound of fire ants in your backyard, and you go and throw poison on them.
Do they have those in Iowa?
Probably not. It's probably too cold up there. But hypothetically,
lucky dogs.
Yeah, I know. Hypothetically, you throw a bunch of poison around the mound to kill them, right? Let's suppose that the ants survive your initial attack, and then build up this humongous ant colony to come and eat you alive.
Okay.
And because they perceive you as an imminent threat.
Dinner.
You don't understand that the ants are conscious at this point, but once you realize that the ants were conscious, you back off. You don't want to eradicate a sentient species, even though they're, destroying your grass or whatever. You just let them be. They're not that invasive. Would you want the ants to still eradicate you, even though you backed off?
So I don't live in a climate where fire ants.
Okay, I understand.
No, that's fine. Let's think about this. Fire ants attacked first, right?
No, let's put it this way. Okay.
It's not that I found the fire ants. It's that the fire ants bit me, or they bit my kid.
No.
Or they bit my wife.
No.
You just found a mound of fire ants, and you wanted to get rid of them in your backyard.
That's not what happened here. They found us.
Yes, you are taking the part of the invading species.
Okay. And I invaded for what reason? Did they ever give a reason why they invaded?
They were looking.
They were looking to colonize another planet.
Okay. So if they're dumb enough as an attacker to not know their enemy and not try to understand their enemy first, then they need to be eradicated and wiped out so that they don't do this to anybody else. Because I don't want them going into Jason's yard next door and doing the same thing.
What if instead of being fire ants, they were corn? Would that change your mind?
No, not at all. If corn is attacking me, I'm going to do my best to make sure that corn is eradicated so that it doesn't attack anybody else. That's silly. That is a silly argument because they attacked. It's not that they just existed. It's that they attacked and they killed tens of millions of people. If they're willing to attack a planet without finding out if that planet is full of a sentient life first, then guess what? They need to be eradicated before they go and do it elsewhere. Because if they've done it to us, they've probably done it to others. I have no problem labeling a species, an alien species, as an enemy that must be completely and fully eradicated from the planet.
Even if they don't understand your specific type of consciousness or sentience?
Absolutely. Because are you saying that there's only two kinds of consciousness in the entire planet?
No,
that seems
I'm not.
very narrow-minded.
No, that's not my argument. My argument is once they understood our type of sentience, they backed off. They realized that what they were doing was wrong, and they backed off.
First. They didn't ask first, did they? They were just like, let's just go colonize the planet.
Do you ask an anthill if it's okay to throw poison on it?
Anthills, okay, let's be very clear here. Anthills cannot communicate with human beings.
That you know of.
These aliens could obviously communicate with human beings because they found a way to communicate with Ender, both in the book and in the movie.
Eventually, yes.
It doesn't matter. Then you find a way to communicate. And if you can't communicate and you think, oh, look at these technological beings, they're obviously not sentient. Let's kill them and colonize their planet. That's a problem. Yeah, because it means they'll do it to somebody else. Yeah, I have no problem eradicating them from the galaxy. Fuck them.
Even whenever they cease to be a threat.
You brought up a good point, though. I mean, they show up. We got satellites buzzing around our planet. How are we not smart?
Right.
How do they know where the satellites came from?
It's a dumb fucking premise, number one, because it makes them dumb. It makes that alien species dumb because all they do is colonize and they don't look to see where they're colonizing first. And it's trying to compare apples and apples, not apples and oranges. So when you compare a human to an ant, you're comparing apples and oranges. When you're comparing an alien species who is sentient and technologically advanced to another alien species that is sentient and technologically advanced, that's apples and apples.
Well, so but no, this was an apples and oranges comparison because their type of sentience is a hive mind sentience. There's one central sentience.
You're focusing on sentience,
and you're because that's the
focusing on the technology part.
The technology part could take various forms. I mean, they seem to have a very biological form of technology, whereas we have so when they saw an analog technology like what we have, they very
didn't
mechanical or electronic type of technology. They may not have had any idea what that was,
and so they acted first. Again, if they're just going to act first, they'll do it to others. They either need to be taught or eradicated. We don't know if they're coming after us. We don't know why they're building an army. We just see the army. Yeah, let's kill them. Done. Be done with it. They can't come back and do it again because they wiped out a lot of people the first time, and that was just one ship. If they come back with multiple ships, they can eradicate the whole planet. So yeah, we have to strike first. You're not at that point. You're not talking about them coming back and giving you a bloody nose. You're talking about them coming back with the capability to wipe out your species. So yeah. If it's survival of my species or survival of their species, fuck them. It's time to take a flamethrower to the fucking anthill. So I think
I can understand building up a military for defense, but they actively went out to wipe out their entire species.
I have no problem with that. I have zero problem with that.
How'd they know where they were?
I mean, who knows? They could have tracked them somehow.
They followed the pheromone scent.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's an important aspect of what we're getting at here.
I don't think that makes me a bad person, and I don't think that what Solo did and the rest of the people in charge in the government in this movie, what they did, I don't think it makes them evil. I think it makes them practical, pragmatic. While it's sad that we have to wipe out an entire species, it also ensures the survival of our own. So I am 100% okay with it. In fact, so was Ender, because Ender said, I have to do whatever I have to do to make sure that they don't hurt you, Valentine, his sister. He got it. It's just when he did it, the act was different than the thought of doing it.
Well, no, he realized at the end that they weren't actually a threat.
Okay, but nobody else did, including Ender, until the end, until the act had been done. And at that point, sure, I'm sad about it. But you know what? If I just wiped out an entire species except for the one thing that could re-propagate that species, guess what? It's got to die because it will want revenge. If it is sentient, if it has emotions,
well, now you're trying to project your own emotions and your own.
Yeah. And again, I'm okay with that because I can rationalize it.
What if we teach it to be a good person? It's like the Mass Effect, those bug dudes. You have the choice of killing the queen or not killing the queen because the new queen understands whatever. Go on.
Yeah, I got no problem killing it. Let me ask you guys this. Would you go back in time and kill baby Hitler? It's basically the same fucking question.
This is a time travel question, so I'll let Rob answer first.
Thanks. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with Rob. I have zero problem knowing what Hitler did. Does that mean it's going to stop it? No, but it doesn't mean that Hitler won't do it. Yes.
All right. Are you guaranteeing that the future is going to be better? I mean, you're vastly altering the future.
But
let's
there's a chance.
This. What I would do. No, what I'll do. I have a time machine, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I have the time machine.
I'll assume that you do.
Perfect. Okay, so I go back. I don't kill baby Hitler, but I kidnap baby Hitler, and I take him back into the future with me and see what the future is like.
Maybe the original Hitler was the Lindbergh baby.
So now I can see what happens
Rob
when
went
Hitler
back in time
doesn't
and kidnapped
exist.
the wrong kid.
Right? Rob, let me ask you this. Are you going to raise baby Hitler as your own?
No. So what I'm saying,
he'd be better off dead. I just
no.
kill him now. Be done with it.
What I'm saying though is if it made the world better, if everything happened and everything was good and everything was better, then obviously baby Hitler needs to die. If it makes things worse, then we need to try something else. And I haven't.
Why does he have to die at that point?
Well, because I don't want to raise baby Hitler.
Well, that's just you being selfish.
What's to say that baby Hitler doesn't turn into future baby Hitler or future Hitler,
and then somebody from the future has to come back and kill
exactly,
Hitler, right?
Exactly.
No, somebody from the future just has to come back and kill Rob.
No, you know what? I'll just put him in a tub of ice or something. You know, we'll freeze him like Demolition Man.
Okay, let's stop talking about how to kill babies and let's just.
We weren't talking about how to kill babies. We were just talking about whether or not we would. Everybody knows you use a pillow.
I think that
or shake really hard.
In times of war, there are moral questions that should be asked. Like, should we completely annihilate and commit mass genocide of an alien species? My vote is yes. My vote is always yes. Just when I die, if I still get a vote, Democrats, I want to say yes. Okay? Like, let's just put that on record now. Like, if they attack us first and then we have the opportunity to just eradicate them, be done with it. Because you just don't know. There's so many unknowns. I don't have a problem with it. I get why the kid does. Like, he's not even 15?
I think he's around 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like super young.
And so they should have never told him that he had done it. They should have just said, congratulations, you're now in charge. Like, that's it. That's what they should have said. And then they go to the planet and the planet's just, not, like whatever.
Yeah, they screwed up by pulling up the
Ender.
World again.
Yeah. Why?
They should have just put it on the monitor. Put it on the monitor in the back room and let's all look there.
Great job. You got a high score.
Right.
Go have a milkshake.
Put your initials in.
Put in your 3 initials.
Yeah. Like, that's what they should have done. I don't know why they told him. That's why I have dubbed this movie Ender's Lame, because the ending is lame. Everything up to the ending is fine. Does it suffer from some pacing issues? Maybe. But I think the music's great. I think the acting was spot on. Harrison Ford playing whatever character he's playing is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's always fantastic.
Harrison Ford all the way down.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this movie until they told him that it wasn't a simulation. And at that point, I'm like, this is stupid. Why would you tell a 12-year-old you just committed mass genocide? This is dumb.
But it kind of parallels what happens when a major event like this occurs that has such a large tragic loss of life or destruction, is kind of that overreaction part. I mean, the Earth was focused for 50 fucking years on building a huge military and training somebody to counterattack. And it took them 50 fucking years to get to that point. That's huge. In fact, society kind of almost focused around that particular goal to the point where somebody had to pay extra money to have a third child to get them into a military academy.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
I understand what he's saying.
I don't, the third child thing, I don't so both of your
population control.
All resources were being directed to wiping out the enemy. So if you wanted to be allocated more resources to raise a third child, you had to get permission.
Well, I understand that, but why would they want to raise a third child?
Because at that point, look, there's a couple of examples of this. The most recently 9/11, before that World War II. When an event happens that is so traumatic to a national, or in this case, global psyche, there is, like he said, a natural reaction, a natural inclination to overreact to it, which is to go wipe them out. And so everybody pulls together. World War II is the best example of this, where everybody in America pulled together after Pearl Harbor, and everybody started doing jobs, and women got into the job market and started doing jobs that they typically didn't do beforehand. And everybody was pulling their weight. And those who weren't pulling their weight who said they were flat-footed or whatever, they got shunned in society, especially in smaller towns. That's just the way it was. So I'm assuming that this event had the same reaction, just on a global scale, which is why you see the need to ask permission for a third kid. Why are you spending millions of dollars on a loser comments? Why are you like those types of things, right? Again, I have zero problem with it. You were attacked. Your very existence was tried. They tried to wipe your very existence from the face of the universe. Like, you have to react. If you don't, then stronger predators will come and try to take your resources. Like, that's just the way of the world. In this universe, it's the way of this universe. So I just have zero problem with going and spending 50 years and obviously trillions of dollars to wipe out an enemy, a perceived enemy with nothing that says, hey, we're not your enemy. We're sorry about that. Sorry about killing tens of millions, man. We'll just back off. Without that, I have zero problem with them doing that. None whatsoever. Zero. None.
Well, and I think the World War II example is a really good example of a war that was not prevented by a war to end all wars, which was what World War I was considered.
Right.
So
no, I think you're right.
Yeah, saying that you're fighting a war to end all wars is a misnomer, and it's naive to think that you're going to end all war by ending the current war or fighting the current war.
Oh, they're going to end all war with the bugs.
Yeah, end all war with the bugs. Not all war. It's not the war to end all wars.
Well, but like Ender said, are you sure this is their homeworld, but are you sure there are no more bugs out there?
Right, because he understands. Like, that's just it. Why did he ask that question? The reason he asked it is because he understands. Because the event that was perpetrated on Earth, the act that was perpetrated on Earth, is what we're getting ready to do to the bugs, but on a much higher level. Mm-hmm. So if we haven't wiped them all out, they're going to come for us. They're going to come for us in numbers that we probably can't comprehend. So are we sure we want to do this? Are we sure they're all in one spot? And they weren't. The queen had taken a baby queen and gave it to Ender, who just wiped out her entire species.
Well, because she understood that he didn't do it knowingly, which I kind of have a problem with, that Ender gets to basically wipe his hands clean of everything that he's done. He was never at fault for anything because everything always happened to him. And he was always on the moral high ground. He never had any moral ambiguity. He never had to deal with moral issues.
No, he was able to blame others for it and put that at their feet instead of taking responsibility for it himself, which, by the way, I just want to point out that now he will be more popular than whatever the fuck Sir Ben Kingsley's character was.
Markham Razor?
Rackham's Razor? Rackham Sock'em Robots? Whatever the fuck his name was.
Wreckham Ralph.
Whatever his name was. He's now going to be more insanely popular. I just want to go on record as saying that I would squish the bug and then go get laid as many times as possible.
Dude, I'd hit Haley Steinfeld.
Whatever.
I'd hit that.
She was all right.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
For eating crackers? Yeah, no, I got that.
You're talking Haley Steinfeld now, right? Not when she was in Ender's Game?
Look, when she was in Ender's Game, we were the same age too, so it's fine.
I'm just saying, by the time you get back to Earth, you're probably 13, right? Maybe 14. Like,
well, I don't know.
You're hitting your stride. I'm telling you that there will be women, older women, mature women with experience that will want to show you things, but just out of gratitude for making sure that they and their families are safe.
A 12-year-old?
As a 13-year-old, yeah. Like, come on
now.
As
a 13, yeah.
Yeah, I would be all about it. All about it.
Well, yeah, you as a 13-year-old, but I don't know that we're treading some really fucked up territory here. Let's move on.
I'm just saying, like, things are going to get thrown at you. You're more than a national hero. You're a global hero.
You're a universe hero.
You are the universal hero.
You are the universal soldier.
That's a terrible movie. I hope we never review it.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Shit.
I would take solace in the fact that my life is now nothing but a gravy train full of sex, drugs, and rock and roll as far as the eye can see. And I can milk this titty for everything it's worth until I die. So why would I take a bug out into space, Ender? You are a fucking moron.
I love one of the last things that I wanted to point out is I love the quip when somebody said that Ender cheated. Somebody said, your mother cheated. That's why you look like a plumber.
Oh, my God, Rob, how many times have you heard that?
Never.
I don't believe
It's always electrician, not plumber.
Rob
has the milkman's eyes.
For my brother growing up, it was the mailman. He had the mailman's eyes.
Nice.
All right, James, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Ender's Game, is it more sci-fi than 11/22/63?
Yes, and better. There's laser tag. There's no laser tag in fucking 11/22/63. There's spaceships. I didn't see no spaceships. There's bugs that are sentient and telepathic, and they want us to be a babysitter. So yes, Ender's Game more sci-fi than 11/22/63.
Rob, you got a haiku for us?
I do. I don't have a title for this one.
I'll title it after.
Okay, excellent. Works. All right, here we go. Young Ender Wiggum, you can't hurt me if you're dead. You will salute me.
Good job.
What's the title?
Oh, the title is this movie. This movie was really good for 3/4 of the way through, and then at the last quarter, it took a shit, much like Rob.
That's a long fucking title. That's a title that's longer than the actual haiku.
Yeah, I'm just going to change it to Ender's Lame. How's that?
That'll work.
That works.
Perfect. All right, this title is Ender's Lame.
Who's got awards?
It was hard, but yes.
Rob, who's got your black lung?
The Bug Planet.
God damn it! I hate you so much.
All right, James.
The Bug Planet.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't go that figurative.
Figurative? There's no figurative about it, dude. It was smoking.
Well, no, it was on
fire.
I don't think there was any smoke left. I think it burned off the atmosphere. So mine's going to go to honorary.coddle. James, who's got your head lush?
Unless I'm mistaken, I didn't see anybody. I don't remember anybody drinking at the dinner table when he was home. So Richard Dawson, man.
Yep. Rob?
Yeah, nobody was drinking at all. The only thing that could get close is Bruno hitting his head.
That's just, dude, you're mean. That's mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's going to Richard Dawson as well.
His head turned to mush.
That's pretty gross.
No, I saw what you did.
Yeah, you saw what I went there. I changed the L to an M. Yeah,
good job.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Rob, who's got your player?
I gave it to Han Solo for getting the kids to win the war.
Okay. James?
Oh, no, I'm giving it to Ender. He was the ultimate player. He was player one.
But was he ready?
It doesn't matter because he played the game. And
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They're all dead.
Yeah. So my player is going to go to Ender because not only did he get to win the game or win the simulation, but he got to redeem himself by carrying off the queen egg. So,
and he got made an admiral.
Yeah, that motherfucker failed up more times than I can count.
Failed up harder than Rob.
Yeah, that kind of perturbed me too. It's like every time he fucking questioned authority, he got promoted. That's not how that shit works.
It is in that man's army.
Yeah, no shit. Who's got your purple hippo there, James?
My Purple Hippo award goes to the Queen because not only did she see her entire species get wiped out, she decided that a 12-year-old would make a great fucking babysitter for her little queen baby.
Well, 12-year-olds are pretty good babysitters and cheap.
Not when they wipe out your fucking entire planet.
Maybe she had a really hot date that she didn't want to miss.
With her planet?
You're making me want to say bad things that I shouldn't say on this show.
Rob?
Kind of, sort of, where James went, except I went the other direction in terms of Ender for talking to bugs.
Okay. Yeah, my purple
being
hippo.
Talked to, I guess.
My purple hippo is going to go to Ender. Not only for, the gaslighting and the rug being pulled out from underneath him and the head trip that is, but also, mind controlling a video game and then talking to a queen telepathically. That's all fucking surreal bullshit. So he's getting my purple hippo.
Would you have played the game?
If
once you realized that both were poison, would you go, oh yeah, I'll keep playing derp?
No. I saw bread and cheese over there. I would have eaten the bread and cheese. I'm a mouse looking for sustenance. There was bread and cheese over to the right. Why would I jump into fucking unknown poisonous glasses?
Yeah, no. And they both looked the same. There was nothing that would tell you, all right, cool. I jumped in the left one. I died. All right, I'll jump in the right one. I died. I guess I'll eat the bread and cheese
and
instead.
It's kind of psychopathic that he jumped into the dude's eye and ate his brain.
Well, Han Solo loved it.
That says a lot about Han Solo.
Yeah, it really does. Well, he married Callista Flockhart. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right, final thoughts?
Don't watch this movie. You know what? Let me take that back. I would watch 3/4 of the movie, and then once he blows up the planet and everything's cool, I just stop the movie and walk away because that's where they should have ended it.
He should have just killed himself, I think. I can't handle it.
Why would you do that? Then it would be Ender's Lame. He fucking suicided out like a douche. Fucking man up. You killed billions of people. Like bugs. You killed billions of bugs. You stepped on a giant ant colony. Fucking man up. Jesus Christ. Like you fucking put a magnifying glass on a planet. Just everybody chill. We're not doing any more fan.
No, that was the last one for a little while. We are actually going to
Star-Lord.
Yeah, this was Star-Lord's. So
you're welcome, Star-Lord.
Yeah.
So
out of the two movies,
his
Mom and
was
Dad
better.
save. Yeah, which one's better, Jason?
Oh, this one. Oh God, this one by fucking far. I mean, this wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie. I would consider it okay, but
T-Flu needs to up his game a little bit.
I don't know if that's accurate. And I'll tell you why. This movie was heavier. It dealt with issues that honestly, most of the time I'd rather not think about. Like if push comes to shove, sure, I'll think about it. But I'd rather not. I'm gonna pick T-Flu's movie, Mom and Dad Save the Earth, Save the Planet, Save the Galaxy, Save the Universe, whatever the fuck it was. I had more fun shitting on that movie than shitting on Ender.
But you know what this movie did that the other one didn't?
End terribly?
No, the other one ended terribly too. This one actually made me laugh. This one had a couple of moments that I actually giggled. Especially
giggle in this movie.
That one line that I told you about where they were talking about Rob's mom's plumber affair.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a little funny when he said that he would salute him. You will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I did kind of chuckle at that too. Because I was like, yeah, that's something I'd fucking say.
Rob, which one did you like best?
Captain of the Barf Squad or something.
Yeah, that was just kids being stupid. If you laughed at that, you probably still laugh at fart jokes.
Who doesn't?
Jesus Christ.
I liked Ender's Game better.
Apparently, I'm the only one that liked Mom and Dad Save the Earth
World
better. Whatever. Doesn't matter. John Lovett's in it. You know what? This movie needed some John Lovett's in it.
No,
yes, it did.
no movie fucking needs John Lovett's in it.
Only if he was playing the part of the bugs.
No, I want John Lovitz to play the part that Han Solo was playing.
Fuck that.
or the part that the chick from Suicide Squad was playing.
This is why you're not a casting director.
I think I'd be a fantastic casting director.
No, you wouldn't.
There'd be a lot more movies with Jerry Ryan and Christina Hendricks.
Oh, yeah. They'd be great movies if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, naked, naked.
All right, so we're going to be picking our next movie or TV series at this point. Who's picking the number? Who's telling me when to stop?
I'll pick the number.
All right.
I'm never telling you to stop.
What's your number?
48.
Rob, tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop. Is he saying anything?
Almost.
Okay.
All right, so
shit,
number
the Discord
48. Oh, this is a decent movie.
So, you know what? That doesn't mean anything when you say it. 11/22/63, Metropolis, Eternal Sunshine of fucking Fire Marshal Bill. No. Like, when you say that, I get scared.
All right, so next week
when he says these are shitty.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is going to be really
like
good.
It.
Yeah.
Next week, we are reviewing the movie where a family living on a farm finds mysterious crop circles in their fields,
Signs?
which suggests something more frightening to come. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and Rory Culkin. It is 2002's Signs.
I love this movie. This movie is so good. I can't wait. Oh, I love it. If you don't like this movie, I got nothing for you. It's better than anything we've talked about since Picard.
It's not a bad movie. It's
Rob?
one of M. Night Shyamalan's better
Shyamalan.
Discord's being stupid.
Shyamalan, yeah.
Shalama ding dong. Speaking of ding dongs, Rob, do you not like this movie?
He does not.
Do we lose, Rob?
We may have.
Nope, I'm back. Hi. I heard my name a minute ago from.
So, do you not like this movie?
I have never seen this movie.
You've never seen Signs?
What
Never
is
seen
wrong with
Signs.
you?
But yet, I read half the description and you knew what it was about?
Dude, I used to work at a fucking Blockbuster. Don't even
okay.
start with me.
Okay.
This is an older movie that is right when I was working there, right?
Oh, my God. This movie's so good. It deals with faith. It deals with aliens. It deals with fucking glasses of water.
Yeah.
It's a fucking amazing movie. Cannot wait.
Who's in this? Who's in this?
Mel Gibson.
Really?
That's why.
Joaquin Phoenix and Rory Culkin.
What's wrong with Mel Gibson in 2002? He hadn't made any anti-Semitic fucking statements in 2002.
I think it's got what's-her-face. It's also got Abigail
crazy,
Breslin, too. So this will be the second movie in a row that we see her.
Wait, who's that?
Abigail Breslin. She played Victoria in this movie, in Ender's Game. The sister.
Victoria.
The sister.
The sister.
She's
yeah,
Little Rock
she is in
from
Yes.
Zombieland.
Yes, she is in this movie. Absolutely, she's in Signs. You're right. I didn't even think about that. No, I love this movie. This movie's fantastic. So many. It's just good. It's just good. Can't wait.
All right, well, that's all we got for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Podcrawl music is Snack Mix My Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Discord, on Twitter at @status_podcast, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to throw a few nickels our way, become a Patreon supporter by going to smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Patreon, and make sure to visit Creative Brain Candy for more great shows and other creative works. For this week, I'm Jason.
Young Andrew Wiccan. That's all I'm just going to stop there.
Fucking hate you.
Yep.
Thoughts from a doorknob. That's what we should have named that haiku.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. We'll talk to you next week.
It's too late.